It's time for some more Superboy, and this is Superboy number 8 from back in the days of 0 Hours Christmas in Time. This one is another issue that I think is worth covering, as it is the first time we had Superboy meet classic Superboy, or an iteration of him. This cover, I'm pretty sure this is a homage to an ad Superboy cover where classic Superboy, he was getting beaten up by a girl. I can't find Wallace Grommett's signature anyway to see if it says after the original artist. One aspect of 0 Hours Christmas in Time that a lot of the tie-ins ran with was that there were random rifts in time. So we had like Batgirl before she was in a wheelie chair show up, and we had the dead Robert show up, like little glitches in the Matrix, and that's pretty much our explanation for indulging us in a meeting between the two distinct main versions of Superboy. We've got this fun intro set piece where, there's classic Superboy there. There is a plane, and you see it's caught in a storm, and we've got both the Superboys holding it straight on each of the wings. The thing that happened was this was Superboy for years and years, for decades, and then when Christmas on Infinite Earths happened, he just got removed from existence. He was retconned away and no longer was considered canon. Then we were eventually introduced to Superboy as he exists in the post-Christmas on Infinite Earths universe, which is a not fully developed clone of Superman. I imagine there's quite a lot of classic Superboy fans who rejected this new version with his cropped hair and his sunglasses and his attitude problem. But conversely, this is also my Superboy. This is the only Superboy I care about. He's the one and a half from 90s Superman comics, and I didn't fault fans of classic Superboy, and I don't really understand why DC couldn't just find some way to allow both to exist. But I think this issue is really satisfying if you are a fan of either version of Superboy. Classic Superboy, he's going on about this new DC universe, and he is confused by how everything is different and how nothing seems to make sense compared to the DC universe he knew. And this is all leading to the confrontation between the two Superboys, which I think is fun. For starters, we get to have the two fighting, but we also get what could be seen as some meta commentary. With classic Superboy, he's claiming, "You are not Superboy." And if you think maybe I'm reaching a bit with that, well, it gets a lot more apparent on this page. When he goes, "Get a haircut, get a job, this one is taken." And I think this issue, it does a great effort in trying to resolve any hostility towards the new Superboy by readers. Though, honestly, I didn't think there was that much hostility beyond maybe a few perturbed League of a Superman readers. But after they are done with all the fighting, the two, they manage to have a really sweet heart-to-heart conversation, like a little moment where classic Superboy, he has to accept that the universe, it has moved on and now he's no longer part of it. And we see that both the Superboys, they have a lot in common, and that when it comes down to it, aesthetics aside, they are similar. And Superboy, he comforts classic Superboy by letting him know that the legacy of Superboy will live on through him. And then classic Superboy, he disappears, and Superboy, he gets to meet Superman's parents, the Marthas, for the first time. But then we've got a big event crossover part where Superman, he is contacting a bunch of heroes to join together to tackle 0 Hours Christmas in Time, and Superboy, he goes off to take part in being in the background of that crossover. This one is one I encourage you to go out and read. It's a standalone issue, and I think regardless of which of these Superboys you prefer, I think you will find this to your liking. I rate this 7 thumbs up.